try, don't nobody care about us. And that's why I don't vote. Voted for Obama back in 2012. I remember that's when I had hope. He was saying, yes, we can. And everybody got less food stamps. And when I turned 21, I was still broke. I'd never vote again. I don't think I ever had a president make my life better. Did it all on my own. Ain't no politician ever do a nice gesture. I don't even know the mayor's name. I ain't never seen her one time ever. Tell me how she gonna help the city. What I'm supposed to do, write letters? What I'm supposed to do, blame Trump? He ain't never really gave a ain't nobody raised minimum wage. None of these jobs pay enough. I think they just wanna keep us broke, cause they ain't putting none in place for us. This how all my people feel, but we gotta learn. We complained enough, let me change it up. Everything I just said, everybody I know think the same way. See, they don't wanna see us vote, and we never do, so we see the same thing. But all our votes really do count, and they'll never really let it show. So now I'm finna break it down, cause if I don't, you would probably never know. First thing first, you know back in middle school when they taught us, it was 3 branches of the government. We forgot it when we got older. It's the judicial, the legislative, and executive. But all we know is the executive. That's the mayor, or the governor, and the president. Now none of them 3 people make no laws, they just be checking them. The laws come to their desk and all they do is say no or yes to it. So when the news station tried to tell us that Barack Obama couldn't put us on, we was all salty at Obama when it was the Congress members all along. We gotta focus on the legislative branch, yeah, they the ones that make the laws. Yeah, they the ones write how much food stamp money you get on the card. But when people that wanted to help us wanted the job, I know they probably lost. Cause we ain't even know their name, we ain't know their face, we ain't know it all. So the Congress or the State House, that's legislative, they make laws. So what we want from the president is what they do, okay y'all? See, they election every 2 years, but we don't ever even go to those. The Congress, they can raise minimum wage, but we ain't even really know it though. So you know how back in 08, when we all voted for Obama, we was all supposed to go back in 2010 and vote for the Congress. Cause they the ones make child support laws, they the ones choose if your kids at school get to eat steak or corn dogs. The State House make the court costs. So if the country failed, then you can't say it's them, it's your fault. Cause y'all ain't know to vote for Congress members that was for y'all. And they don't gotta leave after 4 years, and we just let them sit. See, they don't wanna tell you this, they want you to focus on the president. Now the 3rd branch is the judicial, that's judges. They the reason why John Crawford and Trayvon ain't had justice. So when Meek Mill got locked up just for popping willies, we blame the judge and not the city when they let her get voted in, cause they ain't know who to vote against. Imagine life on the other side. Roads better, schools better, everybody get their license back, grocery store food better, custody of your kids back, homeless people get new shelters. If we gon' fix the U.S., we gotta start with them 2 letters, me and you. Somebody told us that the government wanna keep us broke, but the only reason why those people in the government is cause we ain't vote. And I ain't talking about the president, I'm talking about the ones we ain't know. See, they was gonna try to keep it low, but it's gonna hurt them when they see the pros.
Every time you stay home, someone is making a decision about you, making decisions about the air you breathe, the water you drink, the food your kids eat, and how much money you bring home every 2 weeks. So every time you sit out an election, every time you don't show up because you think it doesn't matter, someone else is happy that you didn't show up, so they can make that decision for you. Vote.
Enough electoral votes, more than 270, more than enough to become the 44th President of the United States. He will be the first African-American President of the United States.
I've been broke all my life, but I kept hope all them nights. You see business in my city? Yeah, they closed all them twice. I was just riding down Salem, all them damn potholes, I can't drive. I know y'all can fix it faster, but I know y'all won't try. Don't nobody care about us. And that's why I don't vote. Voted for Obama back in 2012. I remember that's when I had hope. He was saying, yes, we can. And everybody got less food stamps. And when I turned 21, I was still broke. I'd never vote again. I don't think I ever had a president make my life better. Did it all on my own. Ain't no politician ever do a nice gesture. I don't even know the mayor's name. I ain't never seen her one time ever. Tell me how she gonna help the city. What I'm supposed to do, write letters? What I'm supposed to do, blame Trump? He ain't never really gave a ain't nobody raised minimum wage. None of these jobs pay enough. I think they just wanna keep us broke, cause they ain't putting none in place for us. This how all my people feel, but we gotta learn. We complained enough, let me change it up. Everything I just said, everybody I know think the same way. See, they don't wanna see us vote, and we never do, so we see the same thing. But all our votes really do count, and they'll never really let it show. So now I'm finna break it down, cause if I don't, you would probably never know. First thing first, you know back in middle school when they taught us, it was 3 branches of the government. We forgot it when we got older. It's the judicial, the legislative, and executive. But all we know is the executive. That's the mayor, or the governor, and the president. Now none of them 3 people make no laws, they just be checking them. The laws come to their desk and all they do is say no or yes to it. So when the news station tried to tell us that Barack Obama couldn't put us on, we was all salty at Obama when it was the Congress members all along. We gotta focus on the legislative branch, yeah, they the ones that make the laws. Yeah, they the ones write how much food stamp money you get on the card. But when people that wanted to help us wanted the job, I know they probably lost. Cause we ain't even know their name, we ain't know their face, we ain't know it all. So the Congress or the State House, that's legislative, they make laws. So what we want from the president is what they do, okay y'all? See, they election every 2 years, but we don't ever even go to those. The Congress, they can raise minimum wage, but we ain't even really know it though. So you know how back in 08, when we all voted for Obama, we was all supposed to go back in 2010 and vote for the Congress. Cause they the ones make child support laws, they the ones choose if your kids at school get to eat steak or corn dogs. The State House make the court costs. So if the country failed, then you can't say it's them, it's your fault. Cause y'all ain't know to vote for Congress members that was for y'all. And they don't gotta leave after 4 years, and we just let them sit. See, they don't wanna tell you this, they want you to focus on the president. Now the third branch is the judicial, that's judges. They the reason why John Crawford and Trayvon ain't had justice. So when Meek Mill got locked up just for popping willies, we blame the judge and not the city when they let her get voted in. Cause they ain't know who to vote against. Imagine life on the other side. Roads better, schools better, everybody get their license back. Grocery store food better, custody of your kids back. Homeless people get new shelters. If we gon' fix the U.S., we gotta start with them 2 letters, me and you. Somebody told us that the government wanna keep us broke, but the only reason why those people in the government is cause we ain't vote. And I ain't talking about the president, I'm talking about the ones we ain't know. See, they was gonna try to keep it low, but it's gonna hurt them when they see the pros.
Every time you stay home, someone is making a decision about you, making decisions about the air you breathe, the water you drink, the food your kids eat, and how much money you bring home every 2 weeks. So every time you sit out an election, every time you don't show up because you think it doesn't matter, someone else is happy that you didn't show up, so they can make that decision for you. Vote.
This episode of the Cab Grand Rising Show is brought to you by Autochthonous Assembly, where the real work gets done. For the first-time visitors who may be wondering who Autochthonous Assembly is, Autochthonous Assembly, or A2 for short, is a gathering of minds that do the work. A2 is a non-profit organization dedicated to raising up Indigenous Americans' voices by using genealogy, also known as family history or family tree. Genealogy is the study of families and the tracing of their lineages in history. Genealogists use oral interviews, historical records, genetic analysis, and other records to obtain information about a family and to demonstrate kinship and pedigrees of its members. Autochthonous Assembly's core values are the foundation of its company, essential to its success, and serves as the lens through which it evaluates every business decision. The core values are integrity, know and do what is right, respect, treating others the way you want to be treated, responsibility, embrace opportunities to contribute, servant leadership, serve the common good. Along with a key emphasis on genealogy, A2 is also committed to providing our communities with information and access to available grants and funding through the Department of Housing and Urban Development, the United States Department of Agriculture, the Farm Service Agency, and other departments and agencies that offer programs to help them become self-sufficient. Building on a strong community reputation, Autochthonous Assembly continues to strengthen the growth of the relationship and development of our communities. Peace and Grand Rising.
Warning, warning, warning. Hard hats, pickaxe, shovels, boots required.
One. Grand Rising, everyone. Grand Rising. Peace, peace, peace. Hope all is well. How's the panel doing this rising?
Can't complain. Grand Rising, everybody. Everybody tuned in, everybody in the chat, and the rest of the panel.
Grand Rising, everyone.
Well, hey.
Hey.
Peace, y'all.
Is that peace with a TH?
Yep. Peathe. Peace.
So how was everyone's night and rising so far?
Pretty calm night. Rising seemed pretty quiet thus far. Hopefully things stay nice and quiet for this Friday.
Yep.
Oh, it is Friday, isn't it?
Yes, it
Sure
is.
enough.
Man.
I know one of these days we have to put a build together to have that conversation we was having before we went live. I think that's a good one to have one day.
Oh, absolutely.
With this rising, we got a feel-good story, you can call it that, and more proof that through these farmers markets, and these programs, that we can achieve our goals at the end of the day. And a lot of people ask for proof to see it can be done. So we have an article of someone from our community who has started a community garden, and it became so big, took on a life of his own. Let me post this in the chat. I got that in there. Wait for Gabrielle and them to get situated. Yeah, Copper, but that article that you posted this rising, I had me thinking like, hold on, we blood testing now for viruses?
Mm-hmm. And this actually hits home, doesn't it? In Georgia.
When I seen Georgia, I'm like, hold on, I'm in Georgia.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm like, I know I need to talk to you right after the show. Excuse me, what's this about?
Yeah, because that's in what, Fulton County, and where else? There was one other county that.
Yeah, they north of me. They probably about like an hour and a half away from me.
Yeah, Fulton and DeKalb counties.
Yeah, what they talking about doing that?
Now, and then that's the thing too, is everything is pitched as voluntary. It's all voluntary. You just, you're giving up a sample of blood to help out people, and but how long is it going to say voluntary? And two, are people going to be told that it's voluntary? Because when you got government folks coming up door to door, they were talking about going door to door collecting samples of blood. Now, what are people going to think when they see that? When you got people from the government that come knocking, that are asking for a sample of blood.
I don't know about no one else, but there's a lot of things that I'm not giving up from a door-to-door conversation, and blood is one of them.
They think we ignorant because we live down here.
Right. And there's no, and the thing is, from the article, it was saying that like there's no real information on what they're gonna do with it, who's gonna store it, and where it's gonna end up. Because they're not just gonna discard that blood and throw it away. No, they're gonna keep it. So who's gonna have access to that? And when you give your blood, you're giving your DNA as well.
Correct. And matter of fact, you're giving them way more genetic material when you give them your blood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you're getting them DNA, you're getting them mitochondria, you're getting them blood plasma, you're giving them red blood cells, possibly white blood cells as well. There's a whole lot there. Also, and this is for another conversation we probably should have a build on as well. The taking of that kind of material at some point will be at least they're talking about using it for, let's just say, reviving people in a very strange way.
What?
Yeah, I'll leave out.
Yeah, hold on.
Now we talk about farming, right? Yeah, farming.
Yeah, that's why I said we'll say that for another time. That in a way has to do with agriculture.
Oh, okay.
But I'll relate it to that when we get to that conversation. We'll say that for another day.
Man, how you gonna say this now?
Look, hey, nope. That was we just introducing the Grand Rising to everybody. Yeah.
Y'all know what? You just being poppers.
Peace, y'all. Peace, y'all. We don't mean nothing by it yet.
Whenever y'all ready, the link's in the chat. I mean, y'all love one. Thanks again for Copper Color Ancestor because the information she sent it in. Thank you again.
Ancestor sent it in.
Uh-oh. We mix. Told you gonna like it.
Oh yeah. I got the link up.
All right, Grand Rising.
Man, I got some questions.
I'm finna pull it up on screen. If you wanted to start, I got it pulling up. It's moving a little slow this rising.
Okay.
Oh, there you go. I said slow. It was like, oh, not me. Then it got right.
How one man turned his backyard garden into a full-fledged community farmers market. When Jemiah Hargens grew too many lemons and herbs, he created an informal crop swap that has turned into an official farmers market in Los Angeles community. Hold on, I got pop-ups. Okay. When Jemiah Hargens moved to the West Adams neighborhood of Los Angeles in 2015, he planted a backyard garden so he and his family, wife Jania and daughter Triana, could enjoy fruits and vegetables. But that small plot produced more than they could eat. Not wanting all the herbs, lemons, and beans to go to waste, Jemiah posted on Nextdoor, the hyper-local social network, to gauge his neighbors' interest in a crop swap. The turnout was substantial. 15 people showed up, bearing armfuls of artichokes, kale, onions, and pumpkins from their small backyards and container gardens. I was delighted by how many people were willing to meet strangers on a Sunday morning, Jemiah says, and they ended up exchanging thoughts as well as crops. Kristen Clark figured she'd offload some oranges and be on her way. But then we started talking about growing food and the importance of social equality, she recalls. The group steadily expanded to include about 100 people, and Jemiah created an official organization, Crop Swap LA. This past December, the group transformed an empty parking lot into a farmer's market, complete with 10 stalls, food trucks, live music, and free yoga. Members also help neighbors start their own urban gardens, and they're investigating ways to use nearly every arable square inch of West Adams. Business rooftops, parking lots, front yards to grow more food. The goal The goals are to transform an area thought of by some as a food desert and encourage resident involvement. Jemiah loves being recognized as the crop swap guy, but he finds his connection with his community much more rewarding. Individualism can only get you so far. When you work together, you're undefeatable, he says. Okay, I think that's that.
Yeah, that was the end of it. It was just a short, quick article
Yeah.
to show that it can be done and it is being done. That they started with 15 people, which grew into 100 people, which became a farmers market for their community.
Absolutely.
And by showing this blueprint, it shows, again, by involvement in your community, working with your neighbors and like-minded individuals, and a little bit of creativity, the possibilities are truly endless.
Absolutely. As you said before, it's your imagination.
It really is. I was talking to No Sellout yesterday before the show started about a parking lot that's near where I live that that he saw that essentially there was a restaurant there that had been pretty much just left abandoned, deserted completely.
This was
like
well before COVID too.
Yeah, it's been empty for at least about 6 or 7 years, if not longer. And you started seeing the grass overgrow and take back the restaurant. The only tenants there at this point are ducks and geese, right? And we were talking about the same thing, the idea of taking just an empty parking lot that's there around this restaurant and actually doing something with it. I mean, that's land that could be used to grow things.
Right.
You know, the same idea. So this is a really big inspiration for me, especially, to see the idea that we have isn't just the idea that we had. Like there are people doing this, you know.
There you go. Exactly.
Yep.
Exactly.
Yeah, imagination can take you far, especially, I was looking at shout out to you, double cousin. Another video on raised beds, and I realized I could probably turn my whole front yard into like a huge raised bed with a path. Just put some stepping stones.
I know what you mean.
Excuse me, Gabrielle. You do know a line. You just giving her more ideas for me to have to dig up.
Oh man.
Yep.
So hey, Brittany, you want that playlist? I can sing you a playlist too. Welcome, Grand Rising, P. Grand Rising, Brit. We got some folks on the line.
Oh yeah.
How everybody doing?
What you yeah, that ain't the way this works.
Look, hold on, let me send her the playlist now. Let me go on mute. I'm gonna send her the playlist.
Yeah, go ahead and send that.
No sellout.
Hi. No, I'll be right back. My son messing with the neighbor's dog. I'm just trying to make sure. No, why you don't hear the dog? I don't know why you don't hear the dog, but my son and the neighbor's dogs. I'll be right back. I'm gonna post that link, Britt. I got you. Bones, I got you. You said you wanted some work or something. I think I'm going on here. What you don't like work?
Like, hold on, we giving out ideas. She on the line with us.
That's the right time to do it.
Like, hang up.
You can't.
I don't know if P. Parker heard me. Grand Rising, P. Parker. Glad that you joined us. Anything you wanted to share with the audience this rising?
Like, yeah, don't put me on the spot.
Oh, my bad.
No, I'm joking. But no, that was I like hearing ideas that spark new ideas and old ideas and identical ideas. Man, Gabrielle, what you doing today?
So yeah, shout out to Double Cousin for that video.
Ain't nobody doing nothing.
I really am. I'm gonna cut the tree limbs off of.
Hold up. You already got a plan.
Yeah, I really
That
do.
was like 3 hours ago. I sent the video.
I'm telling you, I was up though. I've been up since like 2:30 doing stuff. You don't even understand. I've been up.
Yeah, I didn't go to sleep till 6:30 like a silly man. Woke up at 7.
Yeah, like, going to sleep early, even if you don't plan for it. I mean, you just up.
Yeah.
Before the sun.
Yeah.
Just up. Can't even lay there and like no.
Well, no, I was surprised at how fast I drifted off, but it didn't last long. I was like, oh hey son, light. But yeah, but Grand Rising to everybody. Hope y'all are having a great Grand Rising.
Thought I was going to sleep.
Nope.
You thought wrong. I was going to sleep.
And then you know when you just lay there, your mind says, "Look, we up, we thinking."
That ain't nothing but meditation.
I started looking around, stepped in front of the house. I was like, all right, I can put a box there. Ooh, I can angle it like this. All right, put some stepping stones here. Okay.
Yep.
Then I even thought about a board or something to put up alongside the bed. So like in the driveway, it could block off when the car pulls up in the driveway, you know, the exhaust from the exhaust pipe to block it from even touching the leaves of the plants.
Yep.
So kind of like a boxed in driveway. Make sure you don't drive in straight.
Hope you got insurance. Because I do.
I have to take a chance and park in front of the house on the street. But yeah, it is definitely imagination. No matter what spot, what kind of area you have, it's definitely imagination. Get creative with it.
Don't forget to hit us up at attentionassembly@gmail.com. Check out the website with the forum with a lot of this information is definitely up there. And clearly you can click the Zoom link or dial in. We will host you. We are here for you.
This line works.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I got our next link posted in the chat. About to bring it on screen, and someone can pull it from the back chat. I said 2 good ones for this rising. Very useful and helpful. You know, proof is not a problem.
All right.
Another one y'all gonna love.
Thanks, no Salah. I got it.
And
Well, everybody comedian on Fridays. I see everybody comedian on Fridays.
Fridays.
I can make this funny money.
Okay. Thinking about starting a farmer's market? How to go about it?
Uh-oh.
There are
What you talking about, article?
There are several specific steps to follow. Generally, start by finding farmers, gardeners, and others in your area who might consider selling through a market. The success of any market depends ultimately upon the decisions made by the members, the range of products they sell to attract a range of customers, how the members display their products, quality, and the quantity of product available, and the merchandising and promotional skills the members demonstrate. First, finding members. Start by locating potential members. Classified ads in local papers and ag trade bulletins, or asking a local reporter to write a press release about your potential market may generate a response from potential members. A proven method is a direct mailing of a meeting announcement about starting a market to a large number of potential farmers and gardeners, along with the time and place of the meeting in the mailing. Be sure to include your address and phone number in case an interested grower cannot make the initial meetings. Your local cooperative extension service office will likely help you with doing the mailing. Utilize resources where farmers are listed, such as the Department of Agriculture's producer to consumer directory. Whew. Various lists of farmers and gardeners the local maintained by the local cooperative extension service. Names supplied by agricultural commodity groups, farmers you know in the area, etc. For the first one or two mailings, you want to throw as wide a net as possible to be sure anyone interested in a market will know your efforts. Of course, you will limit your selection of names to those who are within likely driving distance to the market. But remember that growers will drive further to their market than will most customers. By contacting growers directly, you'll be sure the word has gotten out to them. Some of these producers may already sell at a farmer's market, so they may or may not want to get involved in another market. Either way, they may supply many good ideas about establishing a new market.
If you want, I'll read the next paragraph since it's a lot.
Okay.
All right, next step is organizing. At the organizational meeting, you will want to determine the level of interest, the range of products available, the level of supply, how much of each commodity they'll have to sell, number of growers, where the market will be located, and what will be the organizational structure. Often the structure is influenced by the location, but it has been shown that it is essential for the day-to-day operations of the market be controlled by members of the market rather than by any outside entity. It says Maine has over 20 farmers markets, and these take a variety of organizational forms. Some are organized by the city, such as the Portland Farmers Market. Some rent from the city and have their own formal bylaws, such as the Brunswick Farmers Market. Some are very informal, with minimum rules and no bylaws. A first organizational issue will be which route your members wish to take. A sample packet of sets of actual market rules and bylaws is available from the Federation. Again, a sample packet of sets of actual market rules and bylaws is available from the Federation. That's cool. Sound like help?
Okay. Location is critical to success. If the members wish to use city property, then the city will have to be contacted to determine their level of interest in a market. In the case of Brunswick and Bangor, the markets are incorporated and the corporation makes an arrangement with the city and no other city services are provided. In Damarscata, the market is located on private property. Because of a city sign ordinance, the private property location allows signs to be erected on market days only. In Rumford, the market is located on state highway property in an official rest area. Selecting the best spot is a first order of business. Success in an out of the way location takes a long time to build. The 20-year-old Camden Market has an out-of-the-way location, yet is very successful. Although few locations are ideal, there are several aspects to consider when grading a site. Is it near a large food shopping center? Is it easily seen from a busy road? Is it easy to describe the location in ads or by word of mouth? Paved lots are harder in the summer heat, but grass and gravel lots get to be a mess in rainy weather. Paved lots offer customers a surer footing and are less dusty than gravel lots. Shade is nice, but visibility to passerby is critical. Can customers walk the market safely with children, or is it necessary to dodge passing cars? Product mix. Another organizational issue is deciding what kind of products you want to see at a market. If 12 members express interest and all 12 sell the same product, then several questions need to be addressed. Will enough buyers come to buy out of these 12 members? Or should a better mix of products be assembled to attract a variety of buyers? And what about the season? Members with seedlings can open the market before fresh fruit and vegetables are available. And likewise, products to close the season should be available. Pumpkins, squash, potatoes, apples, and on into wreaths and Christmas trees. Vendors of craft products can fill in to attract customers. Other products to include are fresh and frozen meats, fish, lobster, eggs, ice cream, specialty foods such as jams, jellies, bakery products, herbs, and organic products. Note that the further your member mix strays from actual fresh farm fruit and produce, the more difficulty you may encounter. Excuse me. The more difficulty you may encounter with your landlord or town ordinance. Also, care needs need to be taken that the proper Department of Agriculture licenses have been procured for the products offered by members. Member fee.
I'll read the next one.
I'm sorry, because
yeah, I'll read it since you've been reading a lot. It's no problem. Say member fees and the budget. Once enough members are lined up, a budget for the market must be decided upon. There are two basic ways of generating money for the income side of the market budget. In one method, members pay an annual or seasonal membership fee to join, plus a daily fee each day they attend. This way, the market has some funds that have been equally assessed to begin the season. And then with daily dues, those members who attend more pay more. In the other method, the estimated annual expenses of the market are determined before the season begins, and each grower is asserted their share, which may be proportional to their size or in equal parts. Sometimes the fee is collected twice in the season, once before the market opens and once mid-season. The advantage of this method is that the members don't have to come up with all the money at once, and the second assessment may be adjusted up or down if the situation calls for it. It goes on to state, the income is used for signs, advertising, insurance, and perhaps rent, electricity, rental of restrooms, etc. A budget projection, total cost for the year should be figured to determine member fees. A budget committee formed at one meeting can report to the next meeting on its projected budget. The number of members may be needed to be increased to assure a reasonable charges and thus adequate returns. It may be worth checking if any other expenses such as rent could be waived or lowered for the first year as the market is just getting going. It says Maine state law says that the member at a market selling produce must have grown at least 75% of what they offer for sale. Some markets require that all products sold are grown, baked, caught, canned, etc. by the member offering them for sale. Others allow buying of produce for resale, only if no member who grows that item is bringing it for sale. It is up to your market how you want to handle these questions. Next, it states, many markets use formal contracts with members. One market places a 35-mile limit on produce sold. They must be made or grown within 35 miles of the market. These decisions are made by your market and may be changed from time to time as your perceived needs change. Some markets have decided that they want a specific number of slots for bakers, crafters, fish sellers, etc. In any case, all members should sign an agreement saying that they will abide by market rules before they attend the market. A little structure designed in the off-season goes a long way toward preventing a free-for-all in the busy summer season. Needless to say, decisions arrived at or agreed to democratically by the membership will be accepted by the membership more readily than those autocratically handed down by the organizers. Some member contracts allow for temporary slots in the market. These are reserved for members who haven't decided whether they can commit to an entire season and who want to give it a try. Or they can be filled by seasonal growers who cannot supply an entire season, such as strawberries or blueberry growers. Again, just some ideas and concepts that if you are interested in putting together a farmer's market, it gives you a starting place,
Right.
along with templates of different bylaws and rules and regulations that you can adopt for your own farmer's market.
Makes sense to me. Other rules and regulations. The Division of Regulations of the Maine Department of Agriculture administers the state program of licenses and inspections to ensure a safe food supply. Each member is responsible for securing the licenses required for his or her products sold. A simple call to the Division of Regulations at 289-3481 will start the process. This brief informational sheet can't begin to list all of the regulations established by Maine statutes. Jams, jellies, pickles, fish, meats, eggs, cider, apples, potatoes, seedlings, and hanging scales are all items that are influenced by regulation. For example, likewise, each producer needs to call the city to assure compliance with all ordinances. When, what days, what hours, what season are best for the market. That depends on the flow of traffic in your locality. The market hours need to be designed with the buyers in mind. If the market is downtown, find out what day and times are busiest. Often Saturday mornings are busy shopping days. If located in a business development center where offices or mills are located, when it's good to be open noons, and especially when work lets out or shift changes. Remember, shoppers like to take time to shop and don't want their purchases to sit in a hot car all afternoon in a parking lot. If the market is located on an commuting road, then staying open till 6 p.m. or 6:30 allows commuting shoppers the opportunity to support local growers.
I'll read the next couple sections.
Okay.
All right, give me 1 second. Signs and parking. In order for shoppers to be able to support the market, two critical factors must be kept in mind: access and signs. Drivers must be able to safely pull off the highway and easily park without blocking or being blocked, by another vehicle. If parking is too congested, many drivers will not deal with the inconvenience. Secondly, your signs must be located far enough ahead for people to plan their turn off the road. The importance of placing signs can't be overstressed. If your buyers don't know the market is ahead, you've just lost a sale. Overall market appeal. Attractive stands with colorful displays, drawing shoppers and make browsing enjoyable. Colorful canvases or covered canvas or plastic tents or awnings can be erected inexpensively and add variety and contrast. Summertime visitors like to experience Maine's rural traditions. Baskets and crates are eye-appealing. Produce needs to look fresh, and frequent misting helps using plastic atomizer bottles or watering cans. Seedlings and flowers mix in and add color, as well as draw many gardeners and landscapers. For more information on being at market, check out the MFFM brochure. What do I need for setting up a market? I'll do this last one here. Promoting the market. A variety of strategies have proven successful. Paid, classified, or display ads in local papers alert customers of days and open times and can list products available. Another option is for each member to advertise, mentioning they'll be at the market. This works when just getting started, when the market as a whole may not have the funds to spend. Markets have used coupons, flyers, direct mail, and special attractions to promote sales. For more information on market promotion ideas, see the MFFM brochure Promotional Ideas from Maine and Vermont.
That don't sound like a plan and a walkthrough with help and template. Is that what we
do?
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, it do. Appreciate you. Just was talking about a building yesterday.
That's why I brought it up, because a lot of people who attended on the calls and stuff, we have been talking about farming and growing.
Mm-hmm.
It's something that I started thinking about, that here at HU, actually setting up a farmers market for our community. Since we are a nonprofit and it allows us leverage to work with a lot of cities, start reaching out to the cities where we have brothers and sisters at who are farming, whether they're farming on full farmland, backyard, or just out of their kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
It's an opportunity to sell their produce to their communities and stuff. You know, it's just a thought, but it's something to where we would like to work with the whole community on. Something to everybody who wants to be involved. We get involved and we put it down on paper and nail something out. Start putting this stuff together. Because the more and more we read, it shows it's not that hard. And the only thing that's missing is us. We're the only thing that's missing from this.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is.
Any thoughts on what the two articles we covered so far this rising on the farmers markets?
I got plenty of thoughts. I just envision the building. And it's got a glass front too. Yeah, I got thoughts.
You know my motto, don't show me nothing if y'all don't want to get it.
Man, look, this thing is all falling in line. Appreciate you for real.
I mean, any thoughts, Copy India or No Sellout? Or P. Parker, Brittany, anybody on the panel, just open.
You know what I always say, I'm ready.
Yeah, No Sellout and I were talking about this at length yesterday morning, so we're pretty much on the same page.
Yep. I mean,
it was the video of y'all in the parking lot that made my wheels start turning. Like, hold on. If Continence Assembly contacted them,
available.
I'm done.
not for lease.
Available.
Oh man, them hot. Hold on. Oh my goodness. Just want to throw out there a realization.
At this probably, I might never be able to come to Virginia Beach. They might have my sign on 95. Don't let him off.
Don't let me out. Look, don't let you and don't let you in. Don't let us out.
Yeah, y'all. They be like, do not let them. Nope.
How we become flight risk? Wait a minute.
Like they started with calling Hood and Section 3. Now they putting up farmers markets and stores. What is this?
This sounds like an operation. They must be watching us.
Taking over.
Y'all supposed to be entertainers. Well, I didn't get that memo. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I think it says for educational purposes.
And more.
Yes, sir. Not that more though.
Oh my goodness.
And
I need
more?
to write this down.
Really?
I need to write this down. Hold on.
Link clicking.
What you done found, Gabrielle?
I just had an idea and I'm writing it down because it ties in.
Where Epiphany at?
Man. Because Constitution bylaws, it's a living document, so it can constantly change. So you can set up the basic. Oh goodness, you can set up your community garden. You can set up your farming to connect to your market, then connect with other farmers, and then you can delegate out tasks so it doesn't be too much on you. Everybody come together, got the seedlings together, got the plants together. You could do the little. Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm writing real quick.
Look at it this way. Last Saturday, we had 8 people that were farming on the line.
Mm-hmm.
That's a farmer's market right there. See how simple it is?
Yep.
Just look at how many people in the community that's gardening in their backyard or homes or who do own farms. Now imagine if we all, even if it's just 3 times a year, contribute to a farmer's market that support the American Indian communities. It just takes our participation. This is so that we can accomplish anything that we put our minds to when we work towards that goal. I don't know about y'all. I've been saying this in my sleep, and I don't sleep that much.
Well, that's why.
Yeah, and that's it, P. Parker. Realistic. It's not an idea or a concept that sounds good, but you got to pull teeth to get it done. This is something that we're all doing already. And what is it if each person just was to put 4 or 5 things that they produce towards the farmer's market to receive a benefit off of it? So now the farmers benefit and the farmer's market take the proceeds from that to pay the bills for the market and to support the communities where the farmers come from. Again, this can be done. This isn't anything new. It's already being used by other cultures around us.
Yep, and when they do it, everybody wins.
Yep, so why we can't do it, well, we win.
Exactly.
I don't know about y'all. I'm not willingly taking no L's. Nah, I'm sorry, can't do it. Matter of fact, did we ever get all the L's back?
I mean, they're slowly starting to reconvene on the keyboards. I'm just saying. They made it back. They made it back.
David Corey got his back on his keyboard. He was able to say Lowe's. If not, I would have been messed up. You on your way that you are.
O's.
There you go, P. Parker. And that's the thing with your creativity of it. It's so many ways you can do it to be a benefit for yourself as an individual, your family, and your community. I'm trying to see who can get the most creative. I don't know about y'all.
Challenge him. All right.
All right, Gabrielle done got super quiet over there. What you done found out that window? We want to know. You know it's real. You don't even hit a keyboard typing.
Yeah, she all the way out the window now.
Put the shovel down.
So, excuse me, I apologize. I realized, okay, so okay. Um, hot links, hot links, hot links, hot links. Shout out to you, Bones. Appreciate it. Um, they've got hot links laid out for how they set up their farmers market. Not only for the bylaws, starting the market, self-management, um, membership, um,
Basically, a full step-by-step walkthrough.
yes.
So right now, while we're reading this, anyone with the link can go get them bylaws and start setting up your own in your own community. Even shows you how they work with the city and different private people to get it done.
Yes, even volunteers, their partners, even how they've got their board of directors, their staff.
I got a question.
Huh?
How much they charging for that information?
It's free. I just clicked the link.
Wait, okay. I got another
link.
question. I got another question. How much you charging for that information?
I ain't charging nothing.
Oh, so you're not selling free information? I got you. All right, I'm going on mute.
Mm-mm. Got 2 ears, 1 mouth. Listen, even oh my goodness.
Tell them about it. Tell them what you see.
By the seasons, as many conversations as we've had, we know that there are certain things that grow best during the fall, during the spring, during the summer, and to set it up by the season. So if you set up your farmers market, or in my mind, and this idea can be a community market, and you produce, you have the things that are by the season, so you're not you know how sometimes you can go to a store and it's dead winter, or not dead winter, let me not use that. It's the middle of winter and they got strawberries. Like, where did these strawberries come from? I'm just saying, where did these strawberries come from? So when you're doing things by season, that it's not force grown, it's not out of, what's the word, nature, it's not out of order.
Right.
You're growing with the season and you're eating with the season.
And when you look at the way the seasons change and the fruit that's yielded during each season, there are nutrients that are in that produce, fruits and vegetables, that you need at certain times of the year. Mm-hmm. Because as the flora grows in your area, they're growing based on the frequency of the sunlight. Mm-hmm. And when you eat of that produce, you're getting all the nutrients that those plants get from that sunlight, which in long story short, makes you healthier because you're in better equilibrium with your environment. Mm-hmm. This is why locally sourced produce is so much better for you. Because, and the other thing too is if you got stuff that's grown way out of season and out of whack and from other places, that stuff has to take time to come to your location. Mm-hmm. That's when you get into having to have pesticides and preservatives and all this other stuff that gets added to your food that makes you less healthy. Mm-hmm. Or that even works against you in the long run. Mm-hmm.
Facts.
Hold on, and you're not charging for that?
Not a dime.
All right, I'm just checking on y'all. Just making sure everybody all right on this Friday.
What it cost you to listen?
Just a little bit of time.
Hey, I got time.
Man, you can't unhear this. You can't unknow this.
But it also shows us as a community what we can accomplish.
Right.
And to accomplish this, it's not like we're reinventing the wheel. These mechanisms already exist. It's just us using them to our best interest. I mean, it's either that or keep complaining, and I'm not one for complaining. I'd rather get up and do something.
Yeah, that's
Man,
boring.
I remember when I was
That's boring.
younger, hearing if you can complain, you can do something. And that shut me up real quick.
I was like, who is Yuka?
I was like, oh,
All right.
do something. Oh, it shut me up real quick. I just got to figure it out.
If your complaint is somebody's contaminating your food, isn't the smart thing to prepare your own food?
Yeah, make it actually your food at that point. And then call yourself somebody.
Yeah, and anyone who was interested in the bamboo that David Corey was talking about from Lowe's, I post the link in there. They have a sale on it. Get it while it's hot.
And they're one of the fastest growing plants on the planet.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sorry, on the plane. I apologize. I mean, no offense, Joe.
I ain't taking no flight.
Oh, I gotta make a trip to Lowe's. Hold on.
I told you, get it while it's hot.
What? Shout out to David Corey. Mess around with my sons and be playing swords.
Whole street over here.
I got nunchucks, see?
That's why you got a knot, see?
Uh-huh. Oh yeah, I got some stories. Yeah. I don't like playing with my sons like that no more. Oh wow.
David Corey dropped some more info in there. He said, go to Creek Beds for free. I think he's talking about the bamboo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, David Corey be dropping that farming you didn't know about this? Now you do.
Mr. I be trying. Trying.
Uh-huh. He be doing.
Trying. So slap in the face. Slap yourself.
He make it look easy. Like all you got to do is do something.
And when he said trying, I thought he was talking about 10 plants. Walk out back.
Mm-hmm.
There's a whole garden oasis. I'm like, that ain't trying.
Look,
no, I was like, oh, I thought I was doing something. Oh no, I need some string. I went out and got some gardening string. Went out and got some wires, and I was like, oh.
Look. David Corey will shoot jump shots looking right at you, not even at the rim. I'm trying like all netters.
What? On the backyard, I'm thinking to shoot them plants. The only thing he was missing was an oxen.
Yes.
The D is silent. Yeah. Man, David Corey, I'm jealous. I just want to just let you know that live on the air. Highly jealous of your garden. Single stem method is all I got to say. This man is using the single stem method, y'all.
Man, I'm trying to tell you. I looked. I said, oh.
He hit the Heisman on y'all.
I looked at my tomato plants. I said, okay, let me get some string going.
Nah, him and P. Parker messed me up. You know how you in the race and you know you in the lead? Then you look to the left, right, you're like, hold up, where they come from?
Yeah, man, look, me and double cousin, we up here sharing, we showing videos and stuff. Like, I'm like, look what I did. Look, you'll be so proud of me. He said, okay, look what I did. Then here come P. Parker and David Court. No.
When we out here picking up a nickel, we saw a nickel on the ground. We just taking our time and all this. It was like lapped. Oh, wait a minute.
Listen,
got
hurt
lapped.
me and my plants feeling. Do you hear me? Hurt me and my
Man.
Plants. They hurt my seeds feelings.
My poor little plants in the garden, they went to leaning over.
The seeds like, nah, don't even do nothing. Don't germinate. Don't.
Yeah, my plant said, don't show us off no more. Don't be doing that. Don't show us off no more.
Gabrielle, your plant said, put your glasses back on.
You know, turn the camera off. What you doing?
You thought it wasn't that bad.
Turn the camera off. What you doing?
No, y'all got some great looking garden.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. That was extra added motivation. Had to get some more seeds.
Told you what happened to me. They put their camera on somehow. I instant transmission to the middle of loads.
Turn the camera off. Oh, wow.
You talking about seeds? I'm at the seeds.
Uh-huh. Told you, whole front yard. And I realized too that one pack of seeds is actually it can stretch for a whole acre. And lesson learned.
Yep.
You don't realize.
We just pour it right out in the pile.
You start getting packs of seeds like, oh.
Pour some water on it.
Like,
how many carrots is that?
And David Corey said he's looking at kumquat trees now.
See, there you go.
Trying to get as many pecan trees as possible. I'm trying to have it next year when somebody buy pecans out the stove, the bag say mine.
It's crazy because I was thinking the same thing. Like, you know what? I'm going to have them pine trees cut down and I'm going to replace them all with fruit trees and pecans, walnuts, all that.
I say, ain't nothing like that feeling you walking through the store, you look over at the bags of produce being sold and say mine on it. Mm-hmm.
Yep,
I was like, hee. But really, though, all jokes aside, it shows by a simple skill set that a lot of us have and a lot of us have experience with. By just doing something that takes 15, 20 minutes out of your day, that you can actually produce a living for yourself and your community and your loved ones.
Absolutely.
And at the same time, providing a need, not a want, a need.
Absolutely.
Just imagine how much flexibility you give yourself when you're producing your own needs. Now you're not going out working for 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14 hours for someone else just to get what you need.
Mm-hmm.
And that takes a lot of stress off of yourself now as an individual. And then we all know stress is very unhealthy. It puts you in a lot of states in a weakened condition. And it's something that we have to start combating ourselves because no one's going to come and do it for us. Oh, see what y'all done did up here? Y'all done made P. Parker pull some extra tricks from
Yeah, she's talking about she got some stuff under her sleeves. Hold on now.
Just made me feel bad. I ain't got no sleeves on right now.
Double cousin, David Corey, you see what he put in there? He got avocado trees.
I said next meet and greet, everybody got a green arm. Forget the thumb, the whole arm.
I am Groot.
David Corey about to have me order a truckload of trees.
For real. I I was thinking yesterday, I was like, man, if I get a bunch of, those big pots that are like, I don't know, 3 feet wide, no, 4 feet wide that you could put trees in.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about those.
That's the one thing here. Our whole backyard is nothing but acres of trees and forests.
Yeah, I don't think my backyard, I don't know. Maybe. We'll see.
I mean, if there's no other information on what we covered, we can go ahead, let the relatives get out of here this rising so we can get back to work. I had this feeling I'm gonna be in the dirt today. Somebody got very quiet on the call.
Huh?
I'm just glad that wasn't directed at me. I mean, I was the one that sent over the information. My bad, bro.
All right, Gabrielle, I guess it's about that time. Sell it time, y'all.
David Corey need to call in. Hold on, for trees.
Oh, David Corey, if you can call in.
Yeah, I tried that.
They need expert gardening advice real quick.
Yeah, because I don't want to. What is it? Because sometimes when you shorten the roots, you limit the roots from growing. You can starve the fruit that bears on the tree.
Damage the growth of the tree. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to.
I'll be right back. Got a call coming in.
Yeah, I'm all for. I know David Corey got some tricks. Let me know about them trees. It'll look like a whole forest of trees and buckets of. We doing salivations?
Yes, we are.
All right. Salivations. Peace to the panel. Peace to the chat. Peace to the silent majority. Continue to do your genealogy. Know who you are so that no one can tell you who you are. Pass it along to your children, your neighbors, your friends, and your family so that they can know who they are, so no one can tell them who they are. Genealogy is important. Genealogy is key. Anyone telling you not to do genealogy, they don't want to know who their grandma and their granddaddy is. I mean, you don't know who you come from until you know who you came from. So genealogy is key. Do your genealogy. It may be frustrating at times, but that information and those documents and those census records, they will come. Just take a break, take a breather. It definitely will come. Keep at your genealogy. It is really important. Census Day was April 1st. Even though April 1st was Census Day, it doesn't mean that you can't still do the census. You can. Not only because of it being required by law, make yourself count. The census affects businesses, our neighborhoods, our communities, our cities, and our states. It affects funding and programs. We are able to utilize these programs and able to get funding because people participate in the census. You got the decennial census that happens every 10 years. Make yourself count so that you can count. Got the ACS census that happens every month and every year, even alongside the decennial 10-year census. The ACS census has a lot more questions on there. The addresses that are selected for the ACS census, you become a representative for your neighbors, for your community, for your cities. So do the census, fill it out. It affects everything. It genuinely does. So make yourself count so that you can count. If you receive the ACS census, do the census. Make yourself count so that we all can count. That is one of many ways we get our voice out there. So do the census. The only thing it takes is time. But just keep in mind that because of those census, the funding, based off of whether it's off of population or business or neighborhoods, again, those things are implemented and able to be done because of the census. If something is somewhere is lacking funding or programs or communities are lacking, it has everything to do with the census, or for the most part, the census. We have to participate. So get out there, do the census, participate, get actively involved in knowing and what's going on in your community. Sign up on Facebook, your city's webpage, your county's webpage, your state's webpage. Get notifications, know what's going on. Get actively involved. Peace to the panel, peace to the chat, peace to the silent majority. With that being said, shout out to you, Double Cousin, for your wise words. Appreciate you. All the flowers of all the tomorrows are in the seeds today. Your mind is a garden. Your thoughts are the seeds. You can grow flowers or you can grow weeds. Your choice. Gardens say slow down, look around you, and believe in hope. Gardens and flowers have a way of bringing people together, drawing them from their homes. Peace to the panel, peace to the chat, peace to the silent majority.
All right. So we still got Brittany on here. Anything you want to say, Brittany, before we get out of here?
I would just like to say peace to the panel and peace to the chat, and thank y'all for letting me be a part of everything. And it's just a growing and learning experience. And thank y'all. Peace.
Oh, them videos out.
Oh no, I hope you're ready after the show.
Thanks, no sell out.
There isn't anyone doing anything.
What you got for my brother?
Yeah, if anybody needs access to that playlist, where is that at? The forum on the website. Hit us up at atomicassembly@gmail.com for any help with the programs or contacting your local point person for any of those programs that you have questions for. You can still hit us up, ask questions, even if it's one question and hanging up. It doesn't matter. We're here for that all the time, most of the time, the majority of the time, somebody's here. So hit us.
It sounds like you probably had a call come through.
Yeah.
What you got for my brother, Copper?
All right. Thank you, as always. Panel, chat, silent majority that's tuned in. I appreciate all of you coming here, having these discussions, because they are important. And I guess the thing I want to leave with is this is our way. When we hear people talk about the pyramids, when we hear people talk about the being on the currency, when we hear people talk about the reputation of pride and distinction and honor and humanity of the American Indian. This is our way. This is what we are. Doing creative things that are constructive for our communities, taking care of ourselves and each other. This is our way. We were told in school that we were cut off from our language and our culture and our religion and all of this other stuff. But part of this, what we're talking about, is what we were later cut off from, because we hadn't lost this back in the 30s and 40s. But it is inspirational, and it is encouraging to see that we are getting back to our way. And as was said before, part of how we made it through the Depression when other people were literally selling their children. When people were committing suicide, jumping out of buildings, when people were living in squalor, our people thrived because they were able to feed themselves. This is of paramount importance. And it involves creativity. Not how we can creatively kill ourselves and each other, but how we can creatively build our communities up, make our families stronger, make our communities stronger, and our cities stronger. This is the foundation of it, because if we can't eat, we can't do anything else. It's no wonder why our people have been herded into not tent cities, but food deserts. I'm sorry, because when it's difficult to find food, especially locally grown food, natural food, you go eat junk that other people come here and sell to you. They dump junk off in the community and take the money and leave. This is how we begin to take our communities back. This is how we not only feed ourselves, but create opportunities for jobs for our people. I don't want to keep running on, but this is our way. Through imagination and ingenuity. Remember, imagination is what took a grass like teosinte and turned it into a 6, 7, 8 foot or taller stalk of corn that not only fed us, but fed the world. That fed Europe and Asia and Africa for millennia off a little grass in South America. Our people had that ingenuity and cultivated. They had the ingenuity to build up these crops into what we have now. When you look at other nations and the foods that they're known for, the Italians with the marinara, some of the spices that are in India, North Africa, those things came from here. And through our gardens and through our agriculture, we will reclaim what the American Indian has always been known for. So I hope everybody was inspired today. I know I was. But thank you. And we'll talk about other strange things that are going on recently at another time. But hopefully we'll get to talk about that maybe tomorrow or sometime during the weekend. So, but for now, be inspired, be motivated, have a good weekend.
All right. Thanks again, Copper Indio, Gabrielle, No Sellout, P. Parker for joining in, Brittany Davis for hanging out on the panel today. And I would like to end to where our brother Copper Indio started. We are known as some of the most creative people to ever walk the planet. But what good is creativity if you don't create? The time of us sitting down complaining, whining and crying about situations is over. Because whining and crying has never fixed anything in our existence. It's when you decide to stand up and take your place back and produce for yourselves and your community. That creativity is what lifts you back to your rightful place amongst humanity. And these skill sets and these traits have been lying dormant in us for a while. But make no mistake about it, it is who we are. So to all my brothers and sisters that's going through these hard times right now, it's time for us to reach out to each other. It's time for us to start answering the call of what we can do for our communities. What are we willing to sacrifice to make a better day, to leave better examples, to be better brothers, better sisters, better parents, better grandparents? When do we decide our future is not what someone else says it is, but what we say it is? When will we decide that we would dictate our history, our image, and our culture? The things that put us in these situations did not happen 200, 300 years ago. The majority of these changes are no older than 60 years ago. And I say that to say this. If that means that what means the most to us was just taken away from us, then that tells me it's not too hard to get it back. So to everyone who has had enough and is sick and tired of the same old, I implore you, I ask of you, join the conversations on Saturday. Attend the community meetings so like minds can sit down at the table and we can discuss real business behind the scenes on how we can affect real change today in our communities, to leave our ancestral home a better place than what it was when we got here. So until we link up again for the next Rising Show, remember we love you and peace.
Peace, everybody.
Peace, y'all.
And them conversations are technically daily, including Saturday. Peace, y'all.
Peace.
And we gone.
Oh, she done snuck up behind me.
Enough electoral votes, more than 270, more than enough to become the 44th President of the United States. He will be the first African-American President of the United States.
I've been broke all my life, but I kept hope all them nights. You see business in my city? Yeah, they closed all them twice. I was just riding down Salem, all them damn potholes I can't drive. I know y'all can fix it faster, but I know y'all won't try. Don't nobody care about us, and that's why I don't vote. Voted for Obama back in 2012. I remember that's when I had hope. He was saying, yes, we can. And everybody got less food stamps. And when I turned 21, I was still broke. I'd never vote again. I don't think I ever had a president make my life better. Did it all on my own. Ain't no politician ever do a nice gesture. I don't even know the mayor's name. I ain't never seen her one time ever. Tell me how she gonna help the city. What I'm supposed to do, write letters? What I'm supposed to do, blame Trump? He ain't never really gave a ain't nobody raised minimum wage. None of these jobs pay enough. I think they just want to keep us broke, cause they ain't putting nothing in place for us. This how all my people feel, but we gotta learn. We complained enough, let me change it up. Everything I just said, everybody I know think the same way. See, they don't want to see us vote, and we never do, so we see the same thing. But all our votes really do count, and they'll never really let it show. So now I'm finna break it down, cause if I don't, you would probably never know. First thing first, you know back in middle school when they taught us, it was 3 branches of the the government, we forgot it when we got older. It's the judicial, the legislative, and executive. But all we know is the executive. That's the mayor or the governor and the president. Now, none of them three people make no laws. They just be checking them. The laws come to their desk and all they do is say no or yes to it. So when the news station tried to tell us that Barack Obama couldn't put us on, we was all salty at Obama when it was the Congress members all along. We gotta focus on the legislative branch. Yeah, they the ones that make the laws. Yeah, they the ones write how much food stamp money you get on the card. But when people that wanted to help us wanted the job, I know they probably lost. Cause we ain't even know their name, we ain't know their face, we ain't know it all. So the Congress or the State House, that's legislative, they make laws. So what we want from the president is what they do. Okay, y'all? See, they election every 2 years, but we don't ever even go to those. The Congress, they can raise minimum wage, but we ain't even really know it though. So you know how back in 08, when we all voted for Obama, we was all supposed to go back in 2010 and vote for the Congress. Cause they the ones make child support laws. They the ones choose if your kids at school get to eat steak or corn dogs. The State House make the court costs. So if the country failed, then you can't say it's them, it's your fault. Cause y'all ain't know to vote for Congress members that was for y'all. And they don't gotta leave after 4 years, and we just let them sit. See, they don't wanna tell you this, they want you to focus on the president. Now the third branch is the judicial, that's judges. They the reason why John Crawford and Trayvon ain't had justice. So when Meek Mill got locked up just for popping willies, we blame the judge and not the city when they let her get voted in. Cause they ain't know who to vote against. Imagine life on the other side. Roads better, schools better, everybody get their license back. Grocery store food better, custody of your kids back. Homeless people get new shelters. If we gon' fix the U.S., we gotta start with them 2 letters, me and you. Somebody told us that the government wanna keep us broke, but the only reason why those people in the government is cause we ain't vote. And I ain't talking about the president, I'm talking about the ones we ain't know. See, they was gonna try to keep it low, but it's gonna hurt them when they see the pros.
Every time you stay home, someone is making a decision about you, making decisions about the air you breathe, the water you drink, the food your kids eat, and how much money you bring home every 2 weeks. So every time you sit out an election, every time you don't show up because you think it doesn't matter, someone else is happy that you didn't show up, so they can make that decision for you. Vote.
Enough electoral votes, more than 270, more than enough to become the 44th President of the United States. He will be the first African-American President of the United States.
I've been broke all my life, but I kept hope all them nights. You see business in my city? Yeah, they closed all them twice. I was just riding down Salem, all them damn potholes I can't drive. I know y'all can fix it faster, but I know y'all won't try. Don't nobody care about us. And that's why I don't vote. Voted for Obama back in 2012. I remember that's when I had hope. He was saying, yes, we can. And everybody got less food stamps. And when I turned 21, I was still broke. I'd never vote again. I don't think I ever had a president make my life better. Did it all on my own. Ain't no politician ever do a nice gesture. I don't even know the man's name. I ain't never seen her one time ever. Tell me how she gonna help the city. What I'm supposed to do, write letters? What I'm supposed to do, blame Trump? He ain't never really gave a Ain't nobody raised minimum wage. None of these jobs pay enough. I think they just want to keep us broke, cause they ain't putting none in place for us. This how all my people feel, but we gotta learn. We complained enough, let me change it up. Everything I just said, everybody I know think the same way. See, they don't want to see us vote, and we never do, so we see the same thing. But all our votes really do count, and they'll never really let it show. So now I'm finna break it down, cause if I don't, you would probably never know. First thing first, you know back in middle school when they taught us, it was 3 branches of the government. We forgot it when we got older. It's the judicial, the legislative, and executive. But all we know is the executive. That's the mayor or the governor and the president. Now none of them 3 people make no laws. They just be checking them. The laws come to their desk and all they do is say no or yes to it. So when the news station tried to tell us that Barack Obama couldn't put us on, we was all salty at Obama when it was the Congress members all along. We gotta focus on the legislative branch. Yeah, they the ones that make the laws. Yeah, they the ones write how much food stamp money you get on the card. But when people that wanted to help us wanted the job, I know they probably lost. Cause we ain't even know their name, we ain't know their face, we ain't know it all. So the Congress or the State House, that's legislative, they make laws. So what we want from the president is what they do. Okay, y'all? See, they election every 2 years, but we don't ever even go to those. The Congress, they can raise minimum wage, but we ain't even really know it though. So you know how back in 08, when we all voted for Obama, We was all supposed to go back in 2010 and vote for the Congress. Cause they the ones make child support laws. They the ones choose if your kids at school get to eat steak or corn dogs. The state house make the court costs. So if the country failed, then you can't say it's them, it's your fault. Cause y'all ain't know to vote for Congress members that was for y'all. And they don't gotta leave after 4 years, and we just let them sit. See, they don't wanna tell you this, they want you to focus on the president. Now the third branch is the judicial, that's judges. They the reason why John Crawford and Trayvon ain't had justice. So when Meek Mill got locked up just for popping willies, we blame the judge and not the city when they let her get voted in. Cause they ain't know who to vote against. Imagine life on the other side. Roads better, schools better, everybody get their license back. Grocery store food better, custody of your kids back. Homeless people get new shelters. If we gon' fix the U.S., we gotta start with them 2 letters, me and you. Somebody told us that the government wanna keep us broke, but the only reason why those people in the government is cause we ain't vote. And I ain't talking about the president, I'm talking about the ones we ain't know. See, they was gonna try to keep it low, but it's gonna hurt them when they see the polls.
Every time you stay home, someone is making a decision about you, making decisions about the air you breathe, the water you drink, the food your kids eat, and how much money you bring home every 2 weeks. So every time you sit out an election, every time you don't show up because you think it doesn't matter, someone else is happy that you didn't show up, so they can make that decision for you. Vote.
Enough electoral votes, more than 270, more than enough to become the 44th president of the United States. He will be